conditions are there. Condition number one. Condition number one. Whenever we have a word like rate of interest or interest rate in a practical question, you may note down it. When we have word like rate of interest or interest rate, it means this practical question is basically or mainly for future value. You need to find future value. So interest rate is equal to future value. Or else, if the second word, somebody like the compounded rate, either a interest rate or rate of interest or compounded rate. These three are the same in our case. So whenever we have called it interest, it means it's about future value. Condition number one clear? Okay. Similar condition for the present value. Whenever we are required to find a present value in that practical question, you will find a discounting rate or a rate of discount. This is only first condition, okay? For future value, interest rate, and for present value, rate of discount or discounting rate. Are we clear about the first condition? Yes. Everyone? अब जब भी आप क्वेश्चन रीड करोगे तो आप सबसे पहले क्या देखोगे क्वेश्चन में, whether there is a word interest or whether there is a word discounting. Just highlight it. मैं ये करता हूँ, मैं क्या करता हूँ, जो भी कीवर्ड्स है उसको हाईलाइट कर देता हूँ, तो I will get the idea clearly that this is the method. Now, second condition, second is a para condition. Now, if you see in a future value, okay, in a future value we have different 2 or 3 formulas. Future value for a single amount, future value for annuity, or intra compounding future value. These 3 are there, and similarly we have in a present value. So whenever the question is all about a single amount, okay, which amount you will get after a number of years. Okay, when a single amount is there, at that time it's a future value for a single amount. जहां पे किसी एक ही पर्टिकुलर अमाउंट की बात होगी. And more easier than this one, whenever we have a word annual amount, okay, annual amount or per annum amount or per year amount, in that case it's a annuity. Okay, so while reading the question, if you find that this investment or this particular sum will be invested for a number of times, then it is annuity. एक ही अमाउंट अगर एक से ज्यादा बार इन्वेस्ट हो रही है, then it is annuity. But if the one amount and for a single time investment, it is for a single. Okay, and last one for intra compounding, if is there any information about the number of months? Second condition में 3 para conditions. These conditions are clear. अगर single amount है, for a single time investment है, future value of single amount, okay, same amount है but multiple times investment है, annual investment है, then it is annuity. And amount single है, single time investment है, but the months are given to you, that interest will be calculated after 3 months or within a 6 months or semi-yearly or quarterly or monthly. In that case, intra compounding. The same conditions are applicable to present value. There is no change. If the question asks to find the present value of a particular amount, okay, then it is a present value of single amount. And if the question asks to find out the present value of this series of investment, okay, after 5 years, 3 years, then it is for annual amount, then it is present value of annuity. And lastly, find out the present value. And in this question, number of months are given to you. Find out the present value if the discounting rate applicable 10%, and the calculation will be in quarterly basis. Now these two conditions are clear. Okay. Number one, interest or compounding interest means future value. Discounting rate or rate of discount means present value. Single amount, single one. Multiple times same amount, annuity, and number of months, intra compounding or intra discounting. These are clear for everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So already we have discussed this one, intra compounding. Okay, intra compounding calculation or intra-year compounding calculation. Here intra-year means the calculation during the year. So for that simple formula, FVN is equal to P in bracket 1 plus R, 1 plus R divided by M, and bracket over rest to M into N. Here values, you know, P means principal amount or present value, 1 means 1, R means rate of interest, M means number of months, and N means number of years. Just put the values and solve the brackets. First work on an internal bracket and then on a final bracket, and then multiplication with the amount. In this question, is there any doubt, any query? No. Okay. Now last but not least, intra-year discounting. Intra-year discounting, and for that the formula is very simple. PV is equal to FVN in a bracket, as we know that it's a reverse to future value, so 1 divided by 1 plus in a bracket R divided by M, bracket over raised to Mn. The same is here, but here additional 1 is there. Okay, sorry, additional 1 is there. The entire formula will be divided by 1 divided by entire formula. Now just understand this one with the help of this practical question. So PV is equal to FVN. Okay, in a bracket now 1 divided by 1 plus. Now it's about not a single amount or not annuity, it's about intra compounding or intra discounting. So whenever we have intra compounding, intra discounting, at that time R must be divided by M. So in a second bracket, R divided by M. I'm right? And now the main bracket over raised to M into M. Formula is right. Are we clear about the formula? Now put the values. FVN case proof that you will receive after 4 years, 10,000. In a bracket 1 divided by 1 plus R. R means rate of interest. Rate of interest here 0.12. 12% means 0.12. Divided by M. M means number of months. Now see the last line. And compounding is done quarterly. Here quarterly means how many months? First of all, how many quarters are there in year? 4 quarters are there. Okay. So 4 quarters and 12 months. So it means every 3-month calculation is there. Okay. And banks are follow the same thing. Banks are follow the same thing. So here divided by 3 bracket over, and here raised to M. M means number of months, 3 into number of years. How many years? See at the end of the 4 years. Now try to solve the internal bracket first. 1 divided by 1 plus 0.12 divided by 3.
0.0.
In a bracket 0.04. And raised to 4 into 3, 12. Okay, 10,000 in a bracket 1 plus 0.4. 1.04. Okay, like this. Sorry. Here I have made a mistake. It's divided by now the bracket over and raised to 12.
1.04.
Sorry, yes, it's 1.04. Typing mistake. 1 divided by 1.04.
0.9615.
Like this.
153.
Okay, and raised to 12. Now do the last 0.9615 raised to 5. Sorry, raised to 12. Raised to 12. Zero point 9615
624 297
0.62497. We will use only first 6 digits. Okay. Now the final answer. 10,000 into 0.62457. 62,400. 459.7. आप भी क्लियर? जेनी बेटा आप क्लियर हो गया? Yes. Good, Sahil. Yes. Okay. Now the last one from this entire unit. Don't tell me the amount. How much amount you have right now? Whether in your pocket, whether in your bank account, or whether in local, okay, or somewhere. Total amount you have. Okay, just note down that figure in your book. Total amount with you. Total figure that you have, total amount that you have. Done? Now, rate of interest is 6%. Rate of interest is 6%. Amount आपने लिख ली? Okay. Now you will earn a 6% interest. Okay. Now I want, if you invest this total amount in a bank FD, which amount you will get after 5 years? Total amount that you have invested this amount in a bank FD. Bank will provide a 6% interest after 5 years. Which amount you will get? First tell me which method is applicable. Anyone from your side can just tell me the figure so I can get the idea.
52,000 last figure.
Okay.
40,000.
Okay. One student we have that he has invested 40,000 rupees. He has right now 40,000 rupees. Okay. So here future value is confirmed because rate of interest there. But which future value? Future value for a single amount, for annuity, or for intra compounding? I clearly mentioned, you have invested this amount in FD, fixed deposit.
Future amount or single amount?
Future amount is right. Okay. What about others? Jenny said single. I am also single.
Future
Sahil is also single. Nishit bhi single hai. Wow. Majority are from single. Okay. So yes, you are right. In a fixed deposit, we need to invest for a single time. Okay, for a single amount, and number of years are again fixed. And in that case, please remember, in that case, bank will provide you an interest on a yearly basis. Okay, not on a quarterly basis. But if you have same amount in your saving account, okay, and if you want to find out the figure after that 5 years without doing any investment, again bank will provide you approximately 4.5% interest rate is there, according to me, okay, in a government public banks. So that interest will be calculated on quarterly basis. So in that case, the intra-year compounding method will be used. Okay. तो क्वेश्चन आपको ये ट्विस्ट करके पूछ सकते हैं कि you have 40,000 rupees in your saving account. Okay. Which amount you will get after 5 years if the interest rate is 6%. So in that case, you need to use intra-year compounding method. Are we clear? But in the same question, just I replace the saving account by a fixed deposit, your entire method will be changed. Okay, so with this, I'm going to officially end this unit. From my side, it's clear now. Further, if you have any query, any question, let me know. One thing is pending from my side, and that I will share before the examination. Okay, that how to prepare for a examination and how to write the answers in a examination. That we will discuss before a respective mid examination, whether it is mid 1, mid 2 or mid 3, because we are not sure about the mode of examination. If it will be in online mode, then there is a different type of question, so we need to prepare according to that. And if it will be in offline mode, then we need to prepare in a different mode. So are we clear? So right now I'm not discussing anything about the examination, that we will discuss later on. Okay, so be ready for the next part, next unit, and the next unit is unit number 2. Okay, write down the title, unit number 2. Unit number 2.
બેંક ક્વાર્ટરલી જ્યારે ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ કરે કેલ્ક્યુલેટ તો એ આપણા અકાઉન્ટમાં તો લાસ્ટમાં નાખીને આખું વર્ષ પૂરું થઈ જાય.
No, quarterly. See, bank will charge everything quarterly, whether it is giving an interest to a account holder, or do you have a debit card? Yes, that debit card charges are only annually, except this charge. Okay, except this charges, rest of all the operations are quarterly. They credit the interest quarterly. Okay, and if you are not maintaining the minimum balance, okay, then they charge that again on a quarterly basis. So all the operations except the annual charges, all the operations, the activities are on quarterly basis. Okay, do you remember the name of second unit? Okay, Okay. Recall the unit 1 and recall the scope of financial management and try to remember the important decisions of financial management. ओके, किसी को याद नहीं? वाह, क्या सर आपने पढ़ाया है हमको, वाह। Okay, now I tell you, unit number 2, financing decision. Write down the title, financing decision. In a financing decision, we have theoretical plus practical questions. Just 1 minute. I am sharing the screen, and then after we go for the detailed discussion about the same. Title done. Unit number 2, financing decision. See, this screen is visible to you, everyone? Okay, unit number 2, financing decision. Before going for the further discussion, please remember in a mid 1, we have a weightage for unit 1 and unit 2 only. Okay, I will try to complete this entire unit before the mid examination. So 50% from the unit 1 and 50% from the unit 2. Okay, now let's start the discussion. Okay, in this unit, we need to understand the sources of finance, theoretical point entirely. Then after, we have second part, that is cost of capital. Okay, first we try to understand from where we can get money. In the second part, okay, that for that I have separate PPT. That's why it ignored here. Second part is cost of capital, and lastly, the third part is capital structure, and fourth part is leverage. So total 4 parts are there in this unit. Okay, theoretical, practical, like this. So we have total 4 parts, and today we will start the first part of unit 2, in which we have only theoretical parts. So are you with me? Okay, so write down the title of first part, sources of financing, or sources of finance, sorry. The proper word is sources of financing or sources of finance. Already we have discussed this part in initial sessions. Okay, suppose I want to start my business in the Rajkot city. I need a money, I need a capital, I need a finance. So I have so many options to get that money. But first option is up to me. That is my own money, my savings, okay, my bank balance, my fixed deposits, my digital wallet balances, and cash on hand. These are my first source of finance when we are discussing at a personal level. For you, your wallet, your bank balance, and your FD and other securities is your finance. Okay, but if this finance is not efficient, okay, to start a business, to run a business, at that time we ask family members to help us. So for personal business, for a personal life, we have first source our own money, second our family members' money, third our friends and relatives, and these 3 your money, your family members' money, and your relatives and friends' monies are called as internal sources. It called internal sources. I'm not starting a discussion about the unit. Okay, we are not discussing this is from the point of view of financial management. We are discussing from the personal point of view. So for personally, we have these three internal finance: your money, your parents, your family members' money, and your friends and relatives' money. And then after come to second part, that is external money, that provided by the external persons, external companies or institutes. It may include financial companies, financial institutes, okay, or a bank and other cooperative societies, and some of person, those are having this business, okay, जिसको हम क्या बोलते हैं, money lenders, okay, the proper word is money lenders, जिसको हम गुजराती में सराफ कहते हैं, okay, जो यही काम करते हैं, जिसको भी रिक्वायरमेंट है उसको मनी देते हैं. This is not a new to us. It's a traditional business of our called businessmen of Gujarat. Okay, because traditionally we have not developed cities, so most of the peoples are living in village, and most of the peoples are farmers. They are doing the labor work. They are doing the farming. So their main source of income is only a farming income. So in that case, they required more money in that particular era. Okay, in history we don't have the system like bank and institutes. So in that case, only one person is there. That person provide the money whenever the farmers or laborers are required. Okay, right now in 21st century, in 2022 or 2021, already or all we have in small villages right now they have, okay, and they called as or they known as a set. Okay, set, ये गांव का सेट है. सेट मतलब कि वो पर्सन जो पैसेदार पर्सन है जो किसी की रिक्वायरमेंट फुलफिल करता है, फाइनेंशियल रिक्वायरमेंट्स. So this is the financial background. Now we are not discussing from the point of view of our personal life. We need to think broader than this one, because we are not acquiring a money for rupees 10 or 20 or 100 for thousands for lakhs. We are acquiring money to start a giant company, okay, or a large corporations. We are not thinking about a sole proprietor or partnership firms. We are thinking or we are working on a large companies like a Reliance, like a Tata, like a Samsung. Okay, so these are the companies. For that corporations, for that type of corporation, the sources of finance are these four. Which four? Equity share, preference shares, debt capital, and internal sources. Internal sources means money that company have. Let me go for the next one. So first one is equity capital. Your equity capital means owner's capital, and owners means equity shareholders. Please remember, it may be asked in a 1 mark question. So owners of the companies are preference shareholders, equity shareholders, debenture holders, and all above. The right answer is equity shareholders. Are we clear up to this one? I don't think so. Any explanation is required about the equity shares. Okay. And if you see the Companies Act 2013, the definition of equity share is very simple. A shares other than the preferences. Okay, equity shares means shares other than the preferences. Preferences के अलावा जितने भी shares हैं, that all the shares are considered as equity shares. So equity shares is a main capital for any company. Whoever holding this shares, okay, if you and me having some investment in shares of Reliance, shares of Tata's, or shares of other companies, then we are also known as the owner of the company. Okay. Yes, that is the figure or the amount or the value is very nominal as compared to the giant investors, but we can proudly say that I am the owner. Okay, and as you know that equity shareholders always get the return in forms of dividend, and dividend is conditioned to board of directors and conditioned to divisible profit. If there is a profit and board of directors are ready to share the profit, to distribute the profit among the shareholders, then and then there is a dividend. If the company suffering the losses, or if the board of directors are not ready, they are not willing to declare the dividend, then there is no dividend, there is no reward. And from that point of view, they are bearing the risk. Okay, बिना प्रॉफिट के भी वो अपना मनी कंपनी में लगा रहे हैं. If no dividend, it means no profit, no return. So without return, they are investing their money in the company. That's why they are risk taker, and that's why they are known as owner of the company. Okay. Now last one, an important condition about the equity capital, that is the liability of the equity shareholders are limited to that particular number of shares. If I am having 20 shares of Reliance Limited, then my liability is limited to that particular shares. In case of partnership firm, the liability is unlimited. Whether you have a profit or a loss, if some debts are there, you need to pay. If you have taken a loan from the bank, it means all the partners have bring their own money to repay that particular bank. But in that case, if the Reliance has taken a loan from a bank, then Reliance itself, it means the management of the company is responsible to repay the loan. As an owner, I am not responsible. And if the responsibility is there, my responsibility is up to only that 20 shares. Are you getting my point? And if you remember, in the last week, we have seen the present value of the Reliance Limited shares. Do you remember that value? हमने लास्ट वीक में देखी थी कि एक शेयर की वैल्यू कितनी. Sorry?
205.
No, per share price. Share price of Reliance Limited. Right now.
2059.
Okay, 2059. Okay, so if I want to become an owner of the Reliance Limited, I need to purchase minimum one share of 2059 rupees of Reliance Limited. And then after I can proudly say that I am the owner. Are we clear about the equity capital?
Yes.
Everyone, are we clear? Now, some of types of capital for MCQ questions, for 1 mark questions, okay? Not for 8 mark question. Number 1, authorized capital. Authorized capital means the amount of capital that a company can potentially issue. A total capital of the company, that called as authorized capital, or in the technical language, the capital that permitted by the company or company permitted to issue a total capital, okay, that permitted by the law, Companies Act 2013. According to law, according to a memorandum of association, if company has decided that we are going to issue 20 lakhs of shares, so that 20 lakh shares are known as authorized capital. Okay, just remember the figures so you will get the idea, clear idea that, okay, right now company have rights, okay, as per the memorandum of association and as per the Companies Act, that company can issue the how many shares? 20 lakh equity shares, and suppose each share having the value of rupees 10, each of rupees 10. So how many? 20 lakh into 10. Sorry, 2 crores. Okay. Are we clear? Okay. 2 crores is called as authorized capital. Now, board of directors say that, see, we don't require initially 2 crores rupees. Okay. So there is no need to go for that 2 crores rupees. Instead of, let's say, we required 50% capital right now to start a business, to run the business, to run the operation. So out of that total capital, whatever the capital is offered to an investor, that amount is called as issued capital. Out of the total authorized capital, whatever the amount that offered to the investor, that called as a issued capital. Here 50% board of directors are agree to issue. So that 50% means 1 crore rupees are considered as issued capital. Are we clear about the second term?
Yes.
Amount offered by the company to the investors, it's called as issued price. Okay. Now, yes, investors are like you. The rest of investors are there. And out of that, all the investors, we get only your suppose say 80% subscription. We get 80% subscription from the investors. 80% subscription means कि हमने जितना ऑफर किया था वो ऑफर में से 80% ऑफर एक्सेप्ट हुआ, अभी तक वो 20% एक्सेप्ट नहीं हुआ है. So here 80% of 1 crore means 80 lakh rupees are called as subscribed capital. Subscribed capital means this amount is subscribed by the investors. Are we clear? So out of that 1 crore, 80,000 are called as subscribed capital. So what about the remaining 20 lakh? What about remaining 20 lakh? This capital is known as, this capital is, this capital is known as unsubscribed capital, जो subscribed नहीं हुई. Okay. And the last word, paid up capital, actual amount paid by the investor. Generally, issued capital, subscribed capital, and paid up capitals are same. In our case here, issued capital is something called 1 crore rupees. Subscribed capital is 80 lakh rupees, and that 80 lakh is also considered as paid up capital. Okay, generally subscribed capital and paid up capital both are same. So we have 4 types of capital: authorized capital, total capital, or that as per the memorandum of association or as per the Companies Act, the company have a right to issue maximum that capital, maximum amount. Okay. Number 2, issued capital means amount offered to investors, and subscribed capital means amount subscribed by the investors, and paid up capital means amount paid by the investors. So are we clear up to this one? Okay, just 1 minute. Can you explain authorized capital, Manavi? Okay. Authorized capital, my dear. Authorized, if you look at the word authorized, it's all about the authority. Okay, authorized capital means it's about authority. So the Companies Act 2013 and the Memorandum of Association, the main document of the company, have permitted a company, that company can maximum get this amount. Okay, suppose you go to the bank and you ask for a loan. Okay, and you ask that, sir, I need a loan for purchasing the home or constructing the home. So bank said, or bank officer said that, okay, we can grant you a maximum 100% loan. 100% loan means जितना भी आपका एक्सपेंस होगा वो पूरा का पूरा एक्सपेंस बैंक लोन पे देने के लिए रेडी है. That is 100% loan. Okay, suppose you are in a position where you have estimated that your purchase price of home or building or a flat is suppose 50 lakh rupees. So that 50 lakhs are considered as your loan amount. Okay, so here condition is bank can give you a loan up to 100%. Bank can't say we give you a loan of 110%. Are you getting my point? So बैंक आपको 50 लाख तक का लोन देगा, लेकिन 55 लाख का लोन अगर बैंक दे रहा है तो that again not a bank. Are you getting my? This is again a fraud. So similarly, the laws and the acts are providing that authority to a company. That company can issue the equity shares up to that upper limit, and that upper limit is authorized capital. Neville, are you getting the idea? Now it's clear, beta. Okay. Sorry guys, we have crossed the time limit. We have crossed the 5 minutes. Okay. So quickly write your enrollment numbers. Just enrollment numbers for attendance purpose, and then you are free to leave the class, go for a lunch break, have a lunch, and have a nice day. Take care.